Good morning, Eagles. Thanks for tuning in for this week's Morning Jolt. As you know, this April, we are focusing on assessment. Today, I'd like to share some ideas on what assessment redos, retakes, and/or test corrections could look like in your classroom. One of the benefits of offering assessment redos is it gives students a second chance to show you what they know or what they can do. However, there is some extra grading associated with redos on projects, papers, or labs. One of the benefits of offering retakes is, again, it gives students a second chance to show what they know or can do on an actual test. But again, there's some extra time associated with this for the teacher. To do this without giving the exact same test requires teachers to have a second parallel question that tests the same skill or the same content. This takes time, and it's difficult to do this if, for example, you're giving a reading quiz. For test corrections, one of the benefits is that students can be asked to go back to the class material to find the correct answer, which really forces them to learn what they didn't learn the first time. However, run the risk of students only really focusing on earning those points back rather than focusing on the relearning. I try to avoid this in my class by requiring students to explain why their answer is wrong and cite the correct answer from class materials. Some of the benefits I've found of offering redos, retakes, and test corrections include they all give students the opportunity to learn what they didn't learn the first time. Ideally, they emphasize the learning rather than the grade. And again, ideally, they include some sort of reflection or conversation with the teacher about how they performed, why they performed that way, and what they plan to do to improve in the future. Teachers can determine how many points students can earn back on redos, retakes, and test corrections, but ideally, the growth in performance would also allow for some growth in the grade. Additionally, teachers can require students to have a ticket in to reassessment. This might mean that the student has to show annotations or complete additional practice, write a reflection, or make test corrections before they are able to be reassessed. Some important questions to consider regarding redos, retakes, and test corrections include: when does this happen? During or outside of class? Is it valuable enough to take up class time and ensure that everyone does the redo, retake, or test corrections? Or is it something that students can choose to take advantage of outside of class time? We'd love to hear more about whether or not you offer redos, retakes, and test corrections and why. And as always, we'll see you in the tea room.